A met B, like this.
Real estate is full of ups and downs.
You know, don't worry about finding a woman. Stick to real estate.
Right. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Listing. My name is Troy, I'm your host for today and also the head of recruitment here at Betterhomes. I'm joined by the lovely Ben Blackwell. He is an area manager for Prime by Betterhomes here in our Marina branch. How you doing, Ben?
Buzzing, mate, yeah.
Yeah?
Thanks for
Looking
taking the
forward to
time
it.
out of your busy day to sit down with a small fish like me. Yeah, no, really good to be
Absolutely,
here. Here to answer some questions, probably get grilled. And yeah, trying to impart the little knowledge I do have.
Few gems.
Just a couple of nuggets. On to the next generation, mate.
Perfect. So let's start at the beginning. How did you get into real estate?
Started here in leasing in the Marina office. Started in summer, which was
Tough.
a mistake. I was going out in a white shirt, coming back in a dark shirt.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, from my perspective, I started here in leasing, done about 6-7 months here in the team here, covering Marina, JBR, Palm, and then transitioned into the sales team here.
Well, obviously, you've had a super successful career in sales, but let's sort of look at that leasing piece for a minute. How important was it for you to start in leasing?
Huge. Anyone that comes to Dubai should start in leasing. I don't care how much experience you've got. I've got people that have been sales directors in my team in other companies. They've done it for 20 odd years. I would still recommend they start in leasing. You learn your area, you do more viewings than ever, you deal with more problems than ever, and it's a really good, like kindergarten really,
Right.
to then progress. And what you find is some people are just naturally better at leasing.
Yeah.
And if that's you, why would you want to force the move to sales if you're
Absolutely.
earning more money, enjoying the job more, and got career progression in leasing?
Obviously, you came back to Betterhomes with a huge
Oh, you
deal.
wanna
Came
do
back,
this?
came back with
You
a
wanna
bang.
do- yeah, it's
We're going
political.
there.
It's a bit political.
You came back with a bang.
Yeah.
Obviously, you took a little stretch away from the company. What brought you back to Betterhomes?
So look, I left for the reason that I wanted to get into a luxury international brand. I left to do so. And I thought, for me personally, my development, that would take me to the next level. No disrespect to the company or anyone that I work with, because they were fantastic too.
Yeah.
It's just that it's an individual sport and you are the brand.
Right.
And yes, having the ability to serve clients from America to Hong Kong to Singapore, wherever else, is amazing. But if you're not the right brand to do so, it's irrelevant, mate.
Yeah.
It's completely irrelevant. So work on your better brand, do that. And I felt like at Betterhomes, the people around me just give me a bit more of a platform to take over in the section I wanted, which is I'm here to sell luxury property.
Right.
I'm here to make a stamp on anything over 10, 15 million. And I feel like the opportunity here at Betterhomes is huge. Did Rick tell you how the job came about?
Very briefly, but why didn't you enlighten us?
I was working just as a broker, you know what I mean, ticking over.
Yeah.
And then I was about to take a sales manager job at another company. That same Friday, I bumped into Rick, our CEO, in quiet Wednesday
When
night.
it's your time,
Quiet
it's your
Wednesday
time.
night. Said, come in and see me on Monday, come and meet me and Louis. Went in and had a chat with them, and they convinced me, rightly so, to come back. I really bought into what we're doing now as a business, where Louis is going, and where Betterhomes now has got so much room for growth. I was like, yeah, I want to be part of that journey.
Yeah.
100%.
And we're happy to have you back, man. Tell me a little bit about one of the deals that you're most proud of.
I had a listing on one of the fronts, on eFront, and I was doing an open house. So what I thought would be a good idea, and it proved to be, which was I would go to the neighboring houses and just say, hey, look, if you have any trouble with traffic, there's going to be an open house. Just call me. Here's my card, and let me know, and I'll make sure people are moved out. So any inconvenience, any trouble, you call me, and I'll sort it out. What ended up happening was 3 or 4 actually of those owners came to view the villa. Now, had a good conversation with those. They didn't end up buying that villa.
Right.
But one of those owners did end up calling me and say, oh, Ben, we're actually looking to buy something here. Do you have anything?
Right.
I happen to have something. A met B, like this.
Thinking outside of the box is really what's going to get you the success here.
In any sector, right, there's one answer. Do what everyone else does, get treated like everyone else does. So you want to be different, you want to make more money, you want to go and get more listings.
Yeah.
Brand yourself differently.
I think one thing I want to highlight that you just spoke on is having your own personal brand.
Yeah.
I think that's hugely important for people to have their own personal brand. As much as working with a major brand is great, it's important for you to have your own presence in the market. So talk to me a little bit about that. How important was that for you, and how did that benefit you as well?
I've got mixed messages on this,
Okay.
which is for the younger generation that are coming up. For you as a real estate broker, are you connecting with the people that you need to be connecting with, the buyers, the sellers, the investors, through Instagram? If your whole Instagram following is people of your age, then you need to shift away from that. So I'm much bigger on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I use LinkedIn massively. That's my personal brand. That's my platform. I'm on there every day. I post every day and I connect with people every day. People are going to buy from you.
Yeah.
And the truth is, the house will sell itself, but you will convince them to buy it through you.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I mean, sales is really just an exchange of energy, right? So
100%.
I think if you've got that personal side, but also the professional side,
Yeah.
it's a good mixture of both. And just for the viewers' sake, where can they find you on LinkedIn?
Just Ben Blackwell, area manager of Prime by Betterhomes. I am
that.
a premium member, which I'm trying to get Lou to pay for my premium.
Yeah.
He's not going to pay for it, no.
So obviously we've spoken about some of the great successes that you've had. But of course, real estate is full of ups and downs.
You're gonna ask me about the bad
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm going to ask you about some crazy things that happened. So tell us a little bit about, some of those dark times where things weren't going the way that you wanted it to go and you really had to, bounce back from that setback.
I've had 10 viewings in a day and not got a single offer. When I've been living, particularly in leasing, when I was going from paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
So actually,
yeah.
the hardest bit for me was what people thought I was doing
Right.
in the UK. Oh, you're in Dubai, luxury property.
Living it.
And what I was doing on the ground,
Yeah.
which was I lived on the offers page on Kareem, full stop. That's probably the hardest, disconnect between what people think and how you're actually living.
Well, was it important for you to, when you're going through that stage of your career, to really have that focus on, what you want to achieve?
My key message to my team, and I will tell this to all of you for free. It's very simple. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to make sure you make the calls. No one's coming to make sure you do the
100%.
viewings. No one's coming to make sure you do the KPIs. No one's coming. I never went to uni. I'm not a corporate CEO. I'm not a financial banker. I'm none of these things.
Yeah.
So when you see the money that can be made with relatively, non-academic background or no corporate major experience, how does that not motivate people to lock in? If you're not motivated by selling luxury property in Dubai real estate, go get another job.
Yeah.
Because you're not in the right place. The opportunity here is huge. And if you're not going to take it, there are thousands of other agents that will step up and do it.
So obviously that's a great piece of advice. Talk to me a little bit about your mindset, because I think what a lot of people in Dubai underestimate is how much you have to have a strong mindset in real estate.
It's tough.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
You know what? Before I came here, I knew I was taking a commission-only job. So I took a very small gig as a door-to-door salesman.
Wow. Back in the UK or?
Yeah, in the UK. It was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, I'm going to go in, no salary, pure sales.
Yeah.
And I was selling solar. And I realized that's
tough.
That's
a tough gig.
So I came in with the mindset, okay, well, if that's tough, this can't be any harder than that. Be patient. It will come. If you're doing the right things in week 1, you will see results in week 4.
Yeah.
Just trust the process.
I think that's a huge part of it, right? Trusting the process, because I think a lot of people can get caught up in, what's going on around them. How important is it to kind of have those blinkers on and just worry about your process?
It's completely impossible. So I came from London. So I'm from another major city, right?
Yeah.
But I came to Dubai, I was out way too much, socializing way too much, out for dinners. And as a result, my time went from maybe 4 or 5 months of savings down to 3 because I was living
very quickly.
I was living like I was already billing millions. Again, it's hard. But at the same time, you want to go out and enjoy it. The reason you want to go out and enjoy it is because you're going to go to see amazing restaurants.
Yeah.
You're going to go and see shows, get an experience of the vibe, the bars, the cocktails here. Everything is 10 out of 10. And if that don't motivate you to stay and work a bit harder, nothing will.
That's great. Obviously, having a great mentor on your journey is super important.
For me, I was lucky that I had agents that have been here, 15, 20 years. Some people that have done leasing for 2, 3, 4 years. So if you piggyback off all of their strengths and take the best bit from each one of them and turn yourself into like a superhuman transformer for real estate, you will be an absolute machine. So that was my logic.
Yeah.
In terms of physical mentors, I've had one mentor who's stuck with me and I still stay in touch with him now. He's an old director of mine and he gave me one bit of advice that every single man should continue to live his life by. And that is stay single until you're 28, maybe 29 if you need it. Work hard, build your career, and trust me, the rest will land. So don't worry about finding a woman. Stick to real estate.
Right. I mean, that's a great piece of advice.
Hey, it's worked so far.
Yeah,
I'm 27 now. It's getting a bit...
Okay, so you got an extra year in you to make it happen.
And then, I need to probably just settle down, sacrifice, maybe go back into leasing management.
Okay, fantastic. So tell me about the future. What have you got planned? What's something you want to achieve in real estate?
Now I'm here as the area manager for the Palm team. My goal is very simple, to make us the #1 Palm team in Dubai.
obviously we started our conversation with you saying that you wanted to drop a few gems. I think we've got quite a few from you throughout this conversation. But what would be your last gem for anyone that's watching?
If you're not scared of the idea of going home, you will end up going home. So no plan B, no fallouts, no backups. Come in, lock in, and do the work every day, and you'll make money. There's so much opportunity here. And if you don't bother coming.
So this was Ben. He is once again our area manager for Prime by Better Homes here in the Marina branch. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. We will be back with another one. So make sure you tune in, lock in, comment, like, subscribe, all that Instagram and YouTube stuff. Make sure you are ready for the next episode because we will be coming back strong, heavy with some great content for you. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.